States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Amy, can you please read the open public meeting statement?
Adequate notice of this meeting of the Township Council of the Township of Roxbury was given as required by the Open Public Meetings Act as follows. On December 31st, 2025, notice was emailed and faxed to the Daily Record, announced by Director Wes Morris Reporter, and published in the Daily Record. Notice will also remain posted throughout the year on the bulletin board in the main hallway of the municipal building.
Thank you. Roll call.
Councilwoman Alders. Here. Councilman Shirley. Deputy Mayor Crowley.
Here.
Councilman DeFilippo.
Here.
Councilman Hall. Councilman Riley.
Here.
Mayor Patillo.
Here. All right, I'm going to move the introduction and adoption of Resolution 2026-228 up to the beginning of the agenda. This is a resolution appointing Steve Sinise, our current acting township manager, as township manager for the Township of Roxbury. Can I have a motion? All right, a motion is second. I'll start off with discussion. Start with a comment. It's my pleasure to introduce this resolution for you, Steve, appointing you to the Roxbury Township position of township manager. Steve, knowing what I know today, I'd say that this promotion may be 10 to 12 months past due. There's something to be said about succession planning, promotion from within the organization, and recognizing the talent and leadership already in front of us. Today, we are doing exactly that. For the past 6 years, you have demonstrated a level of leadership and commitment to Roxbury Township that has earned you the respect and praise of your colleagues, township employees, and many volunteers who serve in the community. Over the past 2 months, in particular, you have shown us what leadership looks like when it matters most. You've guided our township through severe weather, storm recovery, brought creativity and a solution-oriented approach to examining our township's finances, and demonstrated genuine compassion and understanding for the employees who make this town run every day. This council is proud of the growth and advancement you have achieved throughout your career in Roxbury. You began as the Assistant Director of Public Works, and at every step along the way, you have continued to demonstrate that your focus is where it should be, and that's on the residents of Roxbury Township. Your education, certifications, hands-on experience, and most importantly, your deep understanding of Roxbury have prepared you exceptionally well for this responsibility. You have already shown us that you lead with integrity and look for solutions rather than obstacles. And you understand that public service is ultimately about making this community better, and we thank you for that. Tonight you have Casey and your daughter Avery with us, and Nico, he's at practice, practicing hockey. We thank you for sharing your husband and your father with Roxbury Township. We know that serving as township manager comes with long hours, difficult decisions, and plenty of phone calls that probably come at the least convenient times. We will do our best to make sure that Steve gets home for dinner, makes as many games and recitals as possible, and remains a husband and father first. Today, we once again welcome you to the Roxbury family. Steve, I look forward to your continued leadership and to everything that we will accomplish together. The residents of Roxbury are fortunate to have someone with your dedication, experience, and commitment leading our township. Today, we will continue moving Roxbury forward, protecting the quality of life that makes this community special and building an even stronger future for people who call Roxbury home. Congratulations, Steve. You have earned this opportunity, and we are confident you will make an exceptional township manager. I'd like to open up any other council members that would like to have a comment. Deputy Mayor?
Well, really tough following that, isn't it? Thank God I helped him right there. Steve, Township Coach has been in good hands. It's in fantastic hands. Thank you for all you've done in the past, and looking forward to all your new ideas and how you can execute.
Councilman Albrecht?
Welcome, congratulations, and I know you will do a fabulous job for us.
Councilman Riley?
Steve, welcome aboard. forward to working with you. You're an improvement on what we've been dealing with, and I look forward to having you excel in what you do. I've dealt with you quite a bit for the last several months. We haven't always agreed on everything, but it was a working relationship, and that's nothing wrong with that. So I look forward to continuing.
Councilman DiFilippo?
He doesn't agree with anything. Don't even think that twice. You know, when you move furniture with somebody, you get to know them pretty well. So, I've seen the dedication, I've seen the loyalty, I've seen the commitment, and I get the sense you really want to do this job. And I think everybody here gets that same sense. So, congratulations. This is now it really gets hard. And we're confident you're going to rise. So, congratulations to you.
Councilman Carey?
I'm sorry to top all that, Steve. So I'm just going to say congratulations, and you deserve it.
Thank you. Councilman Hall?
Steve, it's been a pleasure working with you throughout the years, and I'm very excited about your new career. I've seen the exceptional work you've done on so many projects within Roxbury Township over the years, and you've done an exceptional job with all of them. I don't think folks, honestly, all the years I've been sitting up here, have seen a more detailed-oriented manager sitting in this position, which will only help the residents of Roxbury. Roxbury is very lucky to have you. Congratulations.
Steve, before I pass it to you, Amy, please take a roll call on resolution 2026-228 only.
Councilwoman Albright.
Yes.
Councilman Terry.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Crowley.
Yes.
Councilman DiFilippo.
Yes.
Councilman Hall.
Yes.
Councilman Riley.
Enthusiastic, yes.
Mayor Patillo.
Absolutely yes. Congratulations. Floor is yours.
Mayor, council, thank you very much for all the kind words. That was, greatly appreciated, and everything you said, very heartwarming, so I appreciate that. I just prepared something. I just want to, welcome everybody this evening. I just want to say I am truly honored and grateful for the opportunity to serve as the township manager in Roxbury. I want to thank the township council for the confidence and trust you have placed in me to lead such a terrific organization and township. I'm very appreciative that you've had the faith and assurance in me to implement programs and cost-saving measures that have made a positive impact on the township since my time here. I also want to acknowledge my beautiful wife, Tracy, and my daughter, Avery, who are here tonight. My son, Nico, couldn't be here this evening because he's busy working towards becoming a professional hockey player. 8 years old, mind you, so we got some work to do. When I started here 6.5 years ago, I saw the opportunity to grow within the organization. And throughout my time here, I've grown both personally and professionally, developed a number of great relationships, and become deeply committed to the success of this township and its residents. I want to thank our employees for their continued dedication and hard work. I also want to commend the council for its continued stability and commitment to responsible budgetary efforts, maintaining strong organizational stability. I'm committed and looking forward to growing on the progress that has been made over the years by many, and most importantly, I'm committed to serving our residents with integrity, transparency, and professionalism. I'm excited about the future and grateful for the opportunity to give back to this community. Thank you.
Thank you, Steve. Senator, we just voted and resolution 2026-228 appointing Steve Sinise the new township manager.
You did? What the hell did you do that? Let me tell you, it's a great choice.
All right.
It's a great choice, and I can tell you that I've been here for a lot of managers, and some good, some okay, but he's been great. And the choice that you made tonight will benefit the township well into the future. Good luck, Steve.
Thank you. Now the work begins, Steve. All right, item 4, presentations, award, etc. We are recognizing our Roxbury High School girls varsity softball team tonight. They are the 2026 NJSIAA New Jersey Section 1 Group 3 champions this year. With a record of 18-12-1, this year the program secured its 7th championship, with the last one back in 2022. These girls this year went on a 5-game win streak, which included wins over softball powerhouses like Randolph, Riverdale, and Lakeland, leading up to a 2-0 championship win over Moores Hills this past June. I heard the hits were plentiful, the strikeouts were often, and some catches were absolutely amazing. So great job and congratulations. Roxbury sports are once again a big deal. Soccer, track and field, football, volleyball, softball, our youth are representing this community with athleticism, integrity, and pride. I thank all of our student athletes for waving the Gales flag high and reminding other communities we are here to compete and win. Congratulations to this group of student athletes, Roxbury High School girls softball team. Coach Critarelli? Vitaly. I didn't practice, I still got it wrong. Could you like to come up and say a few words?
I'd like to call my coaches up if I could.
Sure, absolutely.
So Coach Aronowitz and Coach Darling. It's an honor to be here. It's our 3rd time visiting with the council in the last 7 years. So to have a successful program, you have to start with a great town. And Roxbury, it's an honor for the 3 of us to be able to lead that group right there and all the groups that the 3 of us have been a part of to represent this town. We talk about that often. It's important to us. So yes, winning titles is awesome, but how they carry themselves on the field and more importantly in the classroom is what we care greatly about. So again, it's an honor to be here, so we thank you. I went online and counted 7 councilmen and women, and with everyone here there's 9, so I'm short 2. I apologize for that, but I promise you, Brett Douglas is going to get the 2 that we're short on. But no. Yes, yeah. No, we're going to start with the lead. Absolutely. And I promise. Thank you guys for recognizing us. Thank you, sir.
Will not surprise you that people don't usually win us.
Don't say that.
Thank you. We really appreciate it.
You guys got me a beat Randolph.
Coach, we'd like to start by presenting a plaque to you and your staff. So thank you so much. Congratulations once again. Do you want to start
Absolutely.
after you want to call it up?
Thank you so much.
That's very Ready to understand?
Yep.
As they walk by, I'll hand the plaque.
Yep.
Shake their hands, and we'll pass it.
So most of them are off in college. So
As they should be.
so some of them are not going to be here today. Peyton O'Reilly is not here today, but Olivia Jenkins is. Jolena Chu. Lily Spezza is off in college, so is Sydney Rudnicki, Savannah Sorella, but we do have Riley Chapia Davies. And Samantha Ward over here. Vanessa Pinella is off at college. Maya DeCourt. Sophia Matullo. Olivia Fadden is off, and so is Liana Cummings, both in college. Izzy DeCosta is in college. We have Isabel Coach. Angelina Cardona. Sophia DeCosta. Maya Owick. And
job, ladies.
Great job.
Congratulations, everyone. Great job.
That was my gratitude.
See you again next year. Hopefully, expect out on it. Got to do something.
There you go.
Moving on, item 5, approval of minutes, August 11th, 2026. Any discussion? Any discussion on those minutes? Roll call?
Councilman Albrecht. Yes. Councilman Carey.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Crowley.
Yes.
Councilman Duplicto.
Yes.
Councilman Hall. Councilman Riley.
Rare occasion that happens.
Mayor Patillo.
Yes. This brings us to our first public portion. Does anyone in the public wish to be heard on township business? We will have a second public portion shortly. Please come to the microphone, state your name and address. 3 minutes, one appearance per person.
It's okay, I can talk that. I'm good.
I got you. I'm already heading, sir.
Don't run.
Thank you. Thank you.
I think
Move
actually.
to the side so people can. Thank you. Mhm.
There you go, sorry. Thank you.
Good evening. Diana May, 30 Worcester Way East, Ledgewood, part of Roxbury. Congratulations, Mr. Sneeze. The recognition seems very well deserved, so thank you and congratulations on your promotion. To that end, something that came to mind for this is the resolution 2026-228 is not listed in the agenda in the printed version or the online version. So this would technically be, I believe, a violation of the Open Public Meetings Act transparency rules. So nothing to take away. I don't think anybody here wants to file a lawsuit. Okay, so I just want to make sure that our open OPMEA regulations are adhered to. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Go ahead, Senator.
So, Mayor, just to clarify, the adoption of this resolution tonight is not a violation of the Open Public Meetings Act. If you had known that this was gonna take place when the agenda was formed, then you would have had to put it on. But as a result of this taking place and everything coming together at the last minute, you do have the right to place something on the agenda that's important to the municipality, but yet, can't wait till the next meeting. As a result of, Mr. Sneeze's, term starting on September 1, and without having another council meeting before then and now, you have the right to put it on, because everything just came together at the last meeting.
Thank you for that clarification.
Just real quick, Bonnie Randolph, I hear what, Mr. Bucco was saying. You had a newspaper article recently, where you stated that he may become, manager. So congratulations. Congratulations through my advising, but just, I'm not accusing you, but you had a newspaper article within the past week and
I can't dictate what he's.
Okay. No, but I'm supposed to direct my comments to you, which is what I'm doing, and we'll. Okay.
Seeing no one else, I'll close public. Mr. Busker.
Robert Kluska, Evans Road. No mention was made about the road supervisor job. I'm assuming it's gonna be assigned to someone else in the future?
That's the manager's position to fill.
Okay. All right, I just wanted to drop that out. Now, what I actually wanted to say was, last week I joined our VFW president, commander, at the cemetery on Main Street in Sakasana. And we were just checking out the Civil War gravestones that we're having work done. You probably heard about that program that we're doing, very nice. But while we were there, we also stepped out along Main Street and checked out some of the Roxbury Township metal poles that contain pictures of veterans. I was asked by the membership to present to you the request that since these poles are metal, they're very strong. I don't think they're aluminum, probably some sort of steel or some sort of steel composition, so they're strong poles. And they do have just a one vet flying up there. And we're thinking that if you allow us to put a second one up to sort of offset it, you know, this would not only allow, we have a lot of veterans that want to get up on these poles, but we don't have the poles available. So if we allow a second one on a pole, this would take care of our problem, and it would present no problem as far as I can see. So if we can get your approval, I can have our commander get in touch with our.
Mr. Plasker, first of all, we have a committee that members of the VFW serve on, doing the poles and the banners, and we're exploring the possibility of putting more pictures up on poles that will support them. And we've talked about the possibility of doubling up some of the signs. So that's something that's under consideration. But I did want to also commend VFW, because I have not seen this before, on the program you touched on to restore the graves of veterans. I think it's
Civil War veterans.
Civil War veterans.
That's stage one of phase one, right?
And they're doing a terrific job.
You're taking on the cost and the heavy lift to get those gravestones restored. I think that's just a fabulous thing.
Yeah.
So I want to commend you and the VFW.
Well, the only reason I bring up about these poles is the fact that we do have all of these veterans that would like to get their images also on a pole.
Nothing works like success, huh?
Right, exactly, right, yeah.
Mr. Kluska,
We need more streets.
to Councilman Filippo's point, we have met with two members of the VFW, Chuck and Bob, and we have worked out a plan to increase the number of sites for our Hometown Hero Banner program.
As soon as we're able to expand it, though, we'll make an announcement.
Yeah. Well, the commander mentioned that we're looking into getting more poles.
Yeah.
But the fact is, the simple step of adding one more veteran on a pole, that would double up everything that we have and take care of all our problems.
Right away, yeah,
So,
absolutely.
you want to talk about the technicalities?
Mr. Kluska, so each of those poles, they're pretty large banners. The poles have what's called a wind load rating. We can't really exceed it or potentially could damage the actual base of the pole and come down. So it's something that we've talked about. It's not an impossibility, but there are other measures and different projects happening on Main Street that will result in the increase of additional light poles, effectively doubling that number naturally through more light poles. So there, that among other areas, as the council members have mentioned, it's a program that we're looking to build on, as we get more applicants for the program.
Yeah, that's admirable. But that's a little further down the road, whereas simply doubling up on a pole can be done practically instantly, if we get that approval.
Absolutely taken under serious consideration.
Okay.
We'll move as quickly as we can on it.
I'll pass the word on to the membership.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Seeing now, I'm going to close public. brings us to item 7, reports of council liaison, representative of council, committee, new and old business. I have one item I want to talk about tonight. We have our Clean Communities Coordinator, Kellyanne Keys, who's simply amazing when it comes to keeping our township clean and working on recycling programs. And because of her hard work, Roxbury received an award recently. Upon recommendation of the most adamant recyclers in the county of Morris and by authority vested in the recycling department of the MCMUA, hereby confirms that Roxbury Township is recognized for achieving a 49% municipal solid waste recycling rate towards a 50% goal. Now, the latest data they had is from 2023, and it runs as the years continue. So next year we'll get 2024. But it's just simply amazing. She works so hard at making sure our community stays clean. She works the recycling program. We have a Clean Communities Day in October that she runs, and I just wanted to recognize her. This award comes with a $58,000 grant for the township to use. Previously, last year we also won this award last year where we won about $47,000, and that money goes towards things. Last year we used it for a new portable digital sign that you'll see around town. It goes to other projects related to the township. So I just wanted to recognize her. She does an amazing job for us, and she's a valued employee, Steve, so thank you. That's all I have. Deputy Mayor?
Thank you, Mayor. Public, we did have an EDC meeting tonight, starting to work on the calendar that every resident gets at the beginning of the year. It actually takes this long to get it together, get the pictures together. The EDC works on trying to get the right pictures and photos on it. Also, we were very close to finishing off the new EDC website as an integral part of the township website. So you go to the township website and then see things that are going on in economic development, businesses in town, things like that. The other thing I want to mention is Suck a Sunny Day, September 19th. Please remember that date. There's two great things going on. One is Suck a Sunny Day. Also, the police are having their 100-year anniversary, I believe, on September 19th also. More to come on that. I think there is a fire out, right, Chief? There is. Yeah. Thank you, that's all I have.
Thank you. Councilman Riley?
I'd like to update council as a whole. Sean, Brett, and I sit on the Parks DPW Building Committee. We are getting closer. We surprisingly received our PEP, which never happens that fast, so we're all still shocked about that. So we're discussing the potential timeline now. Inside, Steve has to work on some thoughts in whether it's getting going sooner than later, or sooner than actually committed to sooner. So more to come on that. Just want to give you an update that we're getting closer. Committee continues to meet, and happy Labor Day to everybody. So
Thank you. Councilman DiFilippo?
Yeah, just one event, big event, in town, I wanted to go unnoticed, was passing of Reggie Crowley, who was married to Shannon Ryan in town. He was a Randolph police sergeant. Ill for a long time. Just wanted to pass off the goal of myself and council, his family,
Councilman Carey?
My name for Mr. Mayor, the only thing I had this evening was that Monday, teachers went to the opening orientation with Dr. Santoro, and they're back to school as of tomorrow. That's all I have, bro.
Councilwoman Albrecht?
Thank you. Congratulations again to Steve Denise. Also, a great big congratulations and good job to Kellyanne. I know how hard she works. That's just an amazing amount of grant money she's bringing in. And finally, congratulations again to the softball team. That's it.
Thank you. Councilman Hall?
A lot of things have been already answered, and over, Jim mentioned the DPW name. Just want to throw out that I'm very, very happy with the progress that always does a great job. Thanks for bringing it on in, Kellyanne. Bob mentioned it's like a sunny day. In addition to that, we have a bag hunter day on September 15th at ShopRite. Joining that. Just a reminder to everybody that the new bike regulations are now in effect statewide. Full sports are already practicing right now. You notice the large number of cars at Horseshoe Lake recently. There for that purpose of football. So things are starting to ramp up for full sports. And there was another meeting that we held with the mayor and the senator and town manager in regards to the ongoing order issues for both the states. Lots of discussion. Goals of the DEP. More to come.
Thank you. Madam Clerk?
Nothing except congratulations to Steve.
Roxbury Township Manager, Steve Sinise.
Thank you for the kind words, ma'am. Much appreciated.
Seven.
Congratulations to Steve, well deserved.
Thank you. Item 8, matters requests referred by council members, managers, attorney, and clerk. There are none. Introduction of proposed ordinances, there are none. Hearing and adoption of ordinance on second reading, there is none. Introduction and adoption of resolution, I'm going to pull 2026-217 for a later date.
I will go with 26.
Commercial for Roxbury Township Fire Department.
2026-226. And with the one poll, I guess, that you had,
217.
that's the motion.
Second. Any discussion? Seeing none, roll call.
Councilwoman Aldred?
Yes.
Councilman Perry?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Crowley?
Yes.
Councilman DeFilippo?
Yes.
Councilman Hall?
Yes.
Councilman Riley?
Yes.
Mayor Patil?
Yes. Item 12, personnel change, there are none. Communications, August 21st, 2026. Any discussion? Moving on, this brings us to our second public portion. Does anyone in the public wish to be on any topic? Please come to the microphone, state your name and address. 3 minutes per individual, 1 appearance per person.
Bonnie Rosenthal Randolph. Tuesday, August 18th was obviously Tuesday. Were any of you guys on Congresswoman Analia Mejia's call about Delaney Hall? I'm not asking a snarky question, this is a real question. Okay, well then you missed her complimenting you guys specifically on your involvement with trying to stop the Roxbury facility. I thought you guys should know that.
Susanna Oliveri Landing. I have something to say, but I want to say something first. Time and time again, we've been told that there's no ethics conflict between having Senator Bucco as our town attorney, yet I am wondering why he's being referred to as Senator Bucco when his role in this room is Attorney Bucco. It's kind of confusing. All right, on to my question and comments. On 13th of August, I received an email from Tom Kane Jr., as probably did many people. Ms. Oliveri, I wanted to connect with you on the issue of federal law enforcement potentially operating a detention center in an existing warehouse within the township of Roxbury. From the beginning, for the past 10 months, I have been fully engaged in addressing this situation and fighting for the people of Roxbury. I am working on this issue every single day, and my entire team is doing the same. We have been in constant, close contact with the leaders of Roxbury, working hard, hand in hand, with them to understand the community's concerns, pursue every available option, and make sure Roxbury's voice is heard. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, we've heard from this room that he was no help. We reached out to him and he did not reply. So I'd like to know from his statement, who's lying? Has he been contacting you daily to provide assistance?
You can go on to your next question.
No, I want to know. Has he been providing assistance daily?
I didn't read the email, I didn't get the email.
Okay,
so
well,
I
I'll
have
give it
no
to you.
idea what you're referencing.
Okay, I'm asking you then, just without the email. Have you gotten consistent help from Tom Kane Jr.'s office?
I'm not going to answer
That, well, then you're okay. You refused to answer the question. But you did, okay, here's another one. On July 28th, you stated that you spoke with his office and not him personally. Did he get back with you?
I have spoken to his office.
So he did not get back with you. So he has not been in constant communication daily. What are you asking for his help with? What are you contacting him about?
There's multiple reasons I'm contacting.
Specifically with the Roxbury warehouse. What are you asking for help? Because if he's not helping, who else can we reach out to?
Yeah, I've reached out to all of our representatives, including Senator.
Okay, and he didn't answer you, so we're not getting any help from Senator Kane. And I've asked this before, and I will ask this again. Senator Kane is introducing a bill to reimburse municipalities who have been negatively affected by DHS and ICE. Have you spoken with him about that bill?
You go on to the next one.
Why can't you answer questions about this topic?
It's ongoing litigation.
It's not, this is not under litigation. I've read the litigation from front to back. It does not mention Tom Kane Jr. and helping his constituents. So what is the reason for your...
Ask Tom Kane Jr.
I'm asking you because this article states that he's been in constant contact with you. Has he been in constant contact with you? It's a very simple question.
Your time is up.
Okay, well, let the record state that you refuse to answer questions.
Okay.
It's pathetic. No, not says me. Not says
Time
me.
is up.
Not says me. Transparency is not, it's pathetic.
Real quick, Mr. Mayor, I just want to make as we have a very small child in the room today too, so I just want to bring that to everybody's attention, just to mind their use of language, just please, as a courtesy to me.
Jody Kegan, Union Brick Road, Blairstown, New Jersey. So now part of my activities are attending the Hackettstown Council, your equivalent, because I'm sure you heard that on August 6th, ICE came and nabbed people, and now the residents are properly terrified. So we went to their meeting, just to keep them informed, let them know that we're in a rapid response around the community there, and that the roundup was the classic on the street grab with no warrants. And when a local person described that to me, because we hear these stories now, because after they're nabbed, we can get in touch with them, we can talk to them, especially when they get released. And they tell us the story that, these are warrantless arrests, because I specifically asked that question. So then I started thinking, gee, these kind of seem like it's a terrible thing to do, but to compare them to a mass shooting. Because the fact that there were only a dozen, 5 the first day, a dozen, is because why? Because we run, right? And that's why that's why mass shootings are not 50 and 60 people. They're a dozen or less, because guess what? All those targets run. We just saw one in Seattle, right? You don't agree? Oh, you're not lost, you just disagree with me. So I wanted to also then let you know that I thought of something else about you possibly visiting Delaney Hall, and that's they always need Gatorade, either the medical tent or the radical hospitality tent or the other tent that just supports the protesters. Thank you.
Cass Saladino Hapakon. I want to talk about my experience at Delaney Hall. I don't think any of you have been there, specifically from late May, early June, when it was really violent outside. And I've even had people tell me, as if I wasn't there and witnessed it, that protesters were violent and that's why the state and had gotten violent. But that's not the case. Protesters, we were not violent, we were not armed, we were well within our rights to protest there. Originally, it was just ICE. I don't know if you've seen videos. I'm going to try and send them to you through email. just like a couple dozen ICE agents lined up outside, assaulting, pepper spraying, pepper balling, punching, beating, pushing into ongoing traffic, the protesters. That's what ICE was doing. And then Newark PD got involved on, I don't know why, this Democratic city, by the way, by no means am I saying I support Democrats unconditionally, by the way, of course, because Ross Baraka also was included in that, and then you had Governor Sherrill send out the New Jersey State Police. And I don't know, honestly, if you guys weren't so misogynistic, you probably support Cheryl a little more, because she did use brute force, which I think you could probably get behind. And I mean, I never thought I would see it with my own eyes, but on one day specifically, the state police read out the riot act, and they told us that we had to move our humanitarian tent, like the water, the medical supplies. We had to move it, otherwise they were gonna come towards us with riot gear. This was on a public street. So we started moving gear back and forth, the water, the Band-Aids, whatever the case may be. Before the 15 minutes, they started throwing tear gas behind us, like war grade level tear gas. They threw it, and then they would pepper ball you with less lethal. So it's like they kettle you, they push you back into the tear gas. And they saw people weren't wearing protection. They were on horses. They had hundreds of officers with riot shields. We had ICE agents pulling out of the facility at 60 miles an hour, almost hitting me personally. I was tackled, we were punched, we were sprayed. They were going up to people and pulling their goggles off and spraying underneath. I watched an Associated Press journalist be rolled up in a wheelchair to a line of Newark PD and state police, all with riot shields, and they begged to get through to the ambulance because she had broken her knee. They wouldn't let her through for it took us 20 minutes to beg. We said, we're not armed, she just has to get to the hospital. This is how the state is working with the feds. And when it comes to Roxbury, it's on your door. Is the police gonna do that to us? We have to assume yes. So I don't know if you've seen these sorts of things that are going on there, but if it comes here, it's gonna come out that you've known about this, and I don't think you pushed hard enough against it. You still haven't condemned these things that we talk about here. And we didn't deserve that violence. It was abusing their own citizens. I watched the police take a disabled man. He was clearly disabled, and he didn't mean to be there. He was lost, and they just grouped him in with us, and they assaulted him, and he begged for help. Yeah.
Diana May, 30 Whisper Way East.
If anybody else would like to be heard, please call and stand online now. I'm going to close it momentarily.
30 Whisper Way East here in Ledgewood. I also, as Jody mentioned, attended the Hackettstown meeting, and there were a lot of people that really, really cared about what happened on their streets. Residents, people from surrounding communities as well. And my observations at that meeting with the town council members were extremely attentive. And I was a little bit surprised that they were deer in headlights, like, oh, we had no idea this could happen, since this stuff has been in the news since the ICE warehouse came up in the very end of December. But they were incredibly attentive. I saw very little of the members leaning back in their chairs, making comments to each other, trying to hide their expressions behind, so the hand near their face or anything like that. And I really appreciated that. And they also engaged in a real, true dialogue with the community members. And it was really, really nice to see that they were interested in hearing. They had no idea some of these things, and just the whole demeanor, it seemed really a very open environment, and I really enjoyed that.
Sierra Wilson and Bud Lake. I've been asking this week after week if you guys have been to Delaney Hall, and I realize that the answer consistently week after week and probably for the future is going to be no. So I guess my question is, why not? Why haven't you been to Delaney Hall? Why haven't you been to Elizabeth? Why haven't you been to any of these places? I mean, you've known that the Roxbury warehouse at 1879 US 46 is going to be an ICE detention center since what, like December? Since December 24th was when the article came out. So that's 9 months now, 8 months? So why haven't you gone? You've known for 8 months, 9 months now that this is going to be happening in your town, so why haven't you gone to investigate what's going to be happening here? Because it seems to me like that would be part of your due diligence as township representatives. So why haven't you gone to investigate what's going to be happening here when it inevitably does happen? Like, why haven't you gone to Delaney Hall?
Can I ask you the next question?
Oh, no, I'll wait. Why haven't you been to Delaney Hall? Why haven't you been to Elizabeth? Like, it's a simple question. You just don't care? Because that's what it seems to me, like you just don't care about immigrant lives. You don't care about US citizens. You don't care about what's going to be happening in your town. You don't care about the brown people that's going to be detained coming from your town. Do you know how many people that either live or work in Roxbury Township that have been detained? Do you have that number? Seems like you don't care. Okay, thanks.
Maria Materano, 141 Mount Arlington Boulevard. And this will be my last thing about Landing Park. I have a great idea for that $58,000 grant, by the way.
I have a feeling I might.
I love when I heard that. Anyway, so 2 last things. And the good news is I'm a snowbird, so you won't see me for a couple of more months. That's what you'll like about it. But, so I was at the park last week, and it's probably about 10 years old, because my grandson's 12, and it's probably a 10-year-old. So when I first started going with the 12-year-old, the gates didn't close. The stick that you put in did not line up with the gate. I called, and of course they said it wasn't designed right. I was like, really? If it was your house, you'd probably demand quality. So what they did was they just took the lock, the thing that goes on it, because it couldn't line up, so they just took the latch off. So for 10 years, there's just 2 gates that don't close. I went last Friday with my children and grandchildren, and there was a bungee cord on it. So I said, wow. So all the moms are yapping, they're like, gotta be a mom that would do a bungee cord. A resident came and saw an accident waiting to happen, because that bungee cord's gonna get snapped by a child. I mean, and every time I went in and out, I tried to, I don't really care, but. So somebody made a phone call, and of course DPW, I don't know, I didn't stay there long enough, was going to do something. So anyway, my question is, can we just have a permanent solution to that? Because the stick for the gate 10 years ago was told that it just. And then the other thing is, I just want to mention, the grounds are like really bad weeding and stuff like that. Like I go to the bathroom area, the bushes, it's embarrassing. It's worse than my yard sometimes. So I don't know whether somebody said they trimmed the bushes, but I would say some good cultivating would help. It's a beautiful park. It's a flagship, I'm sure you know that. Thank you.
Staff look into that and see if we can get that latch fixed.
I don't know what the long term is for that latch.
That gate was repaired the day that I was notified of it. I had DPW.
Last Friday.
We would never put a bungee cord.
Well, somebody did it. A parent did it.
Yeah, I just wasn't aware of it, and naturally, the moment I was made aware of it, we fixed that the same day. In addition to that, there's reasons why you can't put drop rods on a key.
Can't put what, excuse me?
It's called a drop rod.
Oh.
The thing that goes in the ground that you're mentioning. There's those in the community that have mobility issues that would have a difficult time having it. So there are things that we've discussed, and we're always continuing to look at if there's a room for improvement for a gate. We're looking into that, but it's challenging. So,
Well, I appreciate that answer, because 10 years ago it was just a design fault. If somebody would have said that, I'd stop talking about it. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Maria.
I appreciate everything you do.
Close public, we have executive. Second?
Second.
All in favor? Thank you, everyone.
I think that